Heath Milner is a singer-songwriter from Mackay in North Queensland who is back in the spotlight with his recent single, Leave Your Man, that I just played a few seconds ago, which was added to ABC Country and is getting support on Saturday Night Country and Grassroots, as well as being added to today's Country 94.1 and Australian Country Radio, plus getting lots of love on streaming services with Apple Music, adding it to their Aussie Country and New in Country playlists. Coming into the industry at the age of 17, Heath made the bold decision to put himself out there and audition for The Voice Australia. During his audition, he was presented with an amazing opportunity by Boy George, who was so impressed with the young bloke that he provided him with an all-expenses-paid trip to Nashville and facilitated some great songwriting sessions with the likes of Rustin Kelly and Jeff Cohen. The roll-on effect of this was Heath being a 2018 Toyota Star Maker Grand Finalist. After stepping away from the industry for a few years, Heath's return has been met with open arms and helped cement his place in Australian country music. So now he's ready, willing and able to showcase exactly who he is as an artist. With 3 more singles planned for release this year and more in the works, and I think there has been another release since Leave Your Man, Leave Your Man is just the beginning of what's shaping up to be a massive year for this very talented young artist, and I, for one, will eagerly watch his rise through the ranks of this nation's country music elite. And no, just for the record, Heath does not recommend encouraging anyone to leave their man to start a new relationship. Anyway, I'm delighted to have Heath standing by on the phone waiting to have a chat with me. So let me bring him on air right now without any further delay. Hello, Heath. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Always glad to support good Aussie talent, and you've fit the bill there. No worries at all.
Thank you.
Anyway, look, welcome to the Country Club. It's great to have you on the show. I think this is it is the first time I've been able to have a chat with you, but I hope it's not the last. But tell us the story behind Leave Your Man. I'm guessing it was a co-write, and what was the inspiration behind it?
So it's based on a true story with myself. Just before I went to Nashville on the back of Boy George giving me the amazing opportunity to get over there. Mm-hmm. I had a Sheila leave a boyfriend to start dating myself, and I got into a songwriting room with Rustin Kelly and Jared Christensen in Nashville there for the BMG.
Right.
And they asked me, what's going on in your life at the moment? And yeah, told them the story, and they've gone, you're 18. How have you got that much drama going on in your life already?
Fair enough, I guess. That's gold. All right. So, what is the song about, actually? I mean, you know, apart from, the title suggests the story, but what actually inspired it?
Realistically, just the events of my life at the time. It was a pretty crazy experience having that happen with the Sheila, and I definitely don't recommend anyone else doing it. Because I got back from Nashville and it didn't last too long after that.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, people move on, I guess. So tell us about Boy George sending you to Nashville. I mean, that must have been a real surprise for you, I have to say. How did that go?
I was in utter shock when he so it was all on national TV for the world to see, and
yep.
And he was amazing to follow it up, and it was an eye-opening experience, especially being a young 18-year-old in the industry. Going over there was very eye-opening. Definitely very different over there to what it is in the Australian country music industry.
I imagine it would be. So how old are you now?
I'm 26.
Oh, okay. So it's been a few years.
Been a couple, yeah.
Okay. Now, I understand that you recently released another single after Leave Your Man. Tell us about it. What's it called?
So the new single that come out mid last month was "Broken Heart, Broken Hand," and that one was written with Alan Caswell.
Ah,
Um, and that come out come to with sitting down with him at the first time I did the Senior Country Music Academy in Tamworth there, and
right.
we just wanted to sit down and write a cowboy tune, just an old school like what the likes of George Strait or Randy Travis or
Okay.
someone along those lines would release, and we definitely got that and got to sit down and produce it with Liam Kennedy Clark based out in Newey there, and
Hmm.
it come out amazing.
Right. Okay. I'd need to get my hands on that because I haven't been able to so far. I don't know why, because it shouldn't be that hard to find it. But anyway, I will have a good look for that track and throw it into the playlist if I come up with it, and I should. So, yeah, no worries. Maybe well, we won't talk about it next time because I imagine you'll have a lot of stuff, other stuff out by then. But on that note, is there any notion of an upcoming album anytime soon?
Probably not looking at an album at this stage. Just probably looking at doing singles just for cost effectiveness. I've just taken the big step to go full time as an artist, and
Sure.
just trying to budget things out in a reasonable manner, and hopefully looking maybe next year try and sit down and get an album out.
Oh, okay. All right. So that'll be something to look forward to because, judging by what I've heard so far of your stuff, which isn't much, but still, it's impressive. So I reckon an album would really, do some business, I reckon, anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Um, so how long have you been playing music? I mean, when did you actually, pick up a guitar and start playing?
So I started playing music when I was about 13, and
Okay.
before then, previously there was no real country music in our household at all. It was all metal and old Aussie rock and stuff like that. And
Okay.
then I found it through motorsport actually with Adam Brand with a song called Dirt Track Cowboy, and
Yep.
then it was just a roll-on effect, and I just fell in love with country music, and
Yep.
now it's been my life ever since.
That's a track that'll do it. I got it in my playlist, and it's one of my favourite Adam Brand tracks. So yeah, I get how that could have been a really influential experience for you.
Yeah, well, I grew up around the whole motorsport scene. I've been to Bathurst for the 1,015 times now, and,
Okay.
and used to go to Speedway every week. Every week it was on, and so it kind of just it touched me. And as an artist now,
Right.
it's pretty much what I want to set for myself is to try and bring people into the music industry in the same way.
Right. Okay. So you're a bit of a petrol head.
Oh, very much so.
Good on you. Nice stuff. Yeah, I was too at one point, but I had to give it away because I couldn't afford it anymore. But
It's an
anyway,
expensive hobby.
it is. It certainly is. But anyway, onward and upward. So, what's your favourite thing about being a performer? Standing up in front of a crowd and entertaining them and seeing their reaction. What's your favourite thing about that?
Just bringing a smile to people's faces,
Right.
really making people forget about the problems in their world or anything like that at this point. Just making them happy for that singular moment. It's just there's nothing more satisfying than that, really.
Yep. I get it. What actually drew you to the music industry? I know you've explained that you've had music in your home, but I mean that's not unusual. But what made you wake up one morning and say I want to be a rock star?
I don't know. It just it come natural. Like being a performer, it felt like it was home. Like
Okay.
after taking the break away from it, it was kind of I lost that for a fair few years there. Moved out of Victoria for personal reasons, and then COVID hit, and so I took a step away. And then it wasn't until I did the Country Music Academy in January this year with all the amazing crew that they had there. I jumped up on stage there and had such an amazing support around me. It just it drew me back to knowing what that feeling was like to be
Right.
in front of people that wanted to hear my music, and just it was a great feeling to to be back with it.
Yep. Yeah, it never leaves you, does it? You know, it always sort of, you know, draws you back. That in my experience, anyway.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So it's interesting to hear that you originally came from Victoria.
No, originally I'm based out of Mackay.
Oh, okay.
Moved there in 2020 for a girl. I moved halfway across the country and spent 3 years down there living the nice cold Melbourne life, and it was a great place down there. But no, definitely North Queensland's home.
I I don't envy you, mate. Today is absolutely freezing here. It's as cold as, so yeah. I would happily swap places with you today. Let me tell you. But so, all right, tell me about your main influences. Who have been the people who influenced you most as a songwriter and a singer, or as a performer?
So early days it was always Adam Brand and Lee Kernaghan and all those kind of artists. And then as I matured with the music side of things, these days it's a lot of like George Strait, Merle Haggard, Vince Gill, and like Travis Tritt especially too. Just his stage performance and presence was a big influence on me, and it's one of my favorite things about country music is that '90s era where it was just all in your face, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, yeah, it is. You know, I know that it's a lot of hard work, but gee, it is rewarding. You know, or it can be anyway. Now, what was I going to ask you? Anyway, I've forgotten. So when you sit down and listen, oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, we'll go there. Now you mentioned that you there was like metal and all that sort of stuff in the house when you were growing up. What made you pick country as the genre that you wanted to work in?
Just how relatable it is. Like
Right.
in country music, there's a song for every situation, really. Like whether you're feeling heartbreak, whether you're happy, whether you need to relax, if you're angry, you need to blow steam. There's just a song for everything.
Yep.
For you, and the daily industry really like that.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I agree. If your dog runs away, there's a song about it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Now, getting back to what I was just about going to ask you, when you sit down, you're relaxing, you got a drink, whatever, and you want to listen to some music, right? Just for your own entertainment. What do you tend to listen to?
I'll tend to listen to probably a couple Merle Haggard albums.
Okay.
George Strait. Even one of my favorite. I've got a vinyl record player with a whole heap of records, and one I chuck on all the time is actually Gunfighter Ballads, Marty Robbins.
Ah.
It's just very, very cool album, and that's one I always tend to draw to.
Yeah. What's that song? El Paso.
Yes.
Yeah, Marty Robbins. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's a good choice. He's put out some great songs.
Oh, he was the amazing thing with Marty Robbins is he was in a time where there was no auto-tune, nothing. It was just his voice and the production behind him, and everyone had to be an amazing player and everyone had to be an amazing singer to be able to record then. And it's something nice knowing that.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly was a different era, like with all the analog technology back then. You had to be on top of your game, otherwise, what was the point,
Exactly, and it would show through if you weren't.
Absolutely, yeah. It was only the really talented people that hit the mark, back then. But I suppose that's still the case nowadays as well. But with digital technology and everything, you can put yourself out there a bit more, and it's easier to do. But everyone's doing it. That's the problem, you know.
Yes, like it's a very much so like a lot bigger industry, and which is a great thing because we're getting so much more music, and we get so much like young talent coming through at the moment. Like just going to Tamworth in January, there's met a great young talented people I got to meet down there, and they're all kicking goals, and it's amazing to see, and that's the beautiful thing about the music industry. It's not a competition. We're all here for the same reason. We're all here to put out music and make people happy.
That's certainly the case with the country genre. I have to agree. And it says a lot about country being in a really healthy and good place, that there are so many young people, playing country music and coming to the country genre, as their first choice. I reckon that's great.
It's incredible. Like when I first started playing country music, it was not the popular thing, and I got bullied all through high school for playing country music and everything like that. Now, ironically, all the people that gave me crap for it have all started listening to country music now, and actually a fair few of them were at my show last night. So
okay, there you go.
Which is great.
You got the last laugh there, didn't you?
Oh, 100%.
Good for you. I love it. Yeah, you're right though. I mean, when I first started playing, when I was 12, which was, back in the dim, dark ages, we sort of looked down on country musicians, although they were great, I mean, where I was learning to play guitar, there was a bunch of country people, and they were all dressed up in their cowboy gear and, off in the corner, playing their acoustics, and the harmonies were just amazing, so I don't know why we looked down on them, because they were better than us by a country mile, so it's good to see, in my opinion, that country has really hit the mark nowadays. It's become really popular, and it deserves to be, I think. 100%.
Well, it all comes back. Like most of genres come back from the roots of bluegrass and country and blues and soul. Like that's where a lot of the music in the world's come from. And now it's come full circle again, and it did it in the 90s with Garth Brooks, so now we're seeing that light shining again. And,
Dwight Yoakam, people like that, they're great. Just one of my favourites, absolutely. Him and Alan Jackson, right on top of my favourite list.
So I love Dwight Yoakam. He was an amazing performer and killer musician.
Absolutely. And he's got a great album out now. Brighter Days or something, I think it's called, something like that anyway. And it's a really, really good album. Like you listen to a lot of albums and you can say, there's a couple of tracks on there that I really like, but I've listened to Dwight Yoakam's latest album. There's a couple of tracks on there that I don't like. The rest I do. It's just a really good album.
And that's what you want from an album. Like, I've got a handful of albums like that myself with artists, and when you can find that album where you can just chuck the CD in the car and listen to the whole thing through without having to skip a song, it's a pretty cool thing.
I reckon it is, yeah, absolutely, I agree. Okay, listen, we're running a bit short of time here. We're just about out of time, so just quickly tell us what's next for you. What do you got coming up in the way of gigs or festivals or anything of that nature?
So I've been given the amazing opportunity to be a part of the Mother Tone Give Me Music Talent Quest.
Okay.
So that's going to be a great event. There's a great lineup of talented artists in this competition, and I'm excited to be one of the very few chosen to be a part of it. And we're all going to give it our all, and I'm looking forward to hitting the stage at Gympie Muster.
Nice. Well, look, I wish you all the best with it. Please go with it. It sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll barrack for you. How's that?
Appreciate it.
All right. Okay, look, thanks for taking the time to have this chat with me on your Sunday afternoon, Heath. I do appreciate it very, very much, and I hope we get to do it again, because I've really enjoyed having a chat with you. It's been very, very pleasant, so thank you for that.
I appreciate it, mate, and thank you very much again for having me on the show.
No worries, mate. All the best to you, best of luck, and I wish you all the best in all your endeavours, coming up. And I'm sure you're going to go to the top, mate, without a doubt.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
All right, see you for now.